has 6 shots on goal for some of these goalies. Give me both teams to score in the first period. That's coming in at plus 185 compared to the over 1.5 that is at minus 120. Okay, you guys ready? Let's make some freaking money. It's time for Puck It with Jo. Hey, good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. It's time for a Puck It with Jo over here on SportsGrid TV on X. We've got 3 games on the ice after 11 games yesterday. Lots of opportunities, though, to dive into these games and make some money. We're going to go over picks, props, and predictions like always in each and every single one of these games. So let's jump right into it. Adam, thanks for tuning in again this morning, you guys. Drop your comments. We are interacting here over on SportsGrid TV. So make sure you let us know what you are liking today. Yesterday, I asked where you guys are from, and I think the furthest viewer was all the way from Africa. So pretty cool to see where you guys are tuning in from on the daily. So happy Wednesday, you guys. It's November 6th, 3 games. Like I said, we're going to kick it off with the Nashville Predators taking on the Washington Capitals. Now, all odds are over here at FanDuel if you're looking for them. The Washington Capitals, what a surprise they have been this season. 6-1 at home this season. They have been racking up these goals left, right, and center. This is a team that last year, you were looking at some of those unders because the Washington Capitals were not scoring, 4+ goals per game. But this is what this team has turned into. In their last 6 home games, this team has put up 5 or more goals. And I struggle to see it slowing down here tonight versus the Nashville Predators. So I do think there's a play here on the Washington Capitals. It's just how to find the best value here on the Washington Capitals, because right now, minus 125 on that money line. This total sitting at 6.5 at plus 112 to the over, minus 138 to the under. Now, could the Washington Capitals go up and over this total themselves? Absolutely. But do we have the fear here that the Nashville Predators are not just going to contribute enough? And that's why the 6.5 juice to the under. And that could be the case because we look at the Preds. The Preds have been struggling offensively, only averaging 2.42 goals per game. Their faceoff is strong and they've got an elite kill. So they're looking to really lock down here the Washington Capitals when they go on the power play. The Capitals power play isn't good. You guys, this is a team that is winning their games. They're sitting 4th Metro 8-3, but they're not able to score on that extra man advantage. They're better on 5-on-5 hockey. Ovechkin has been coming out nice and solid. So I do think I would stay off the full game total, but I'm definitely going to look at the Washington Capitals team total. And that's where we're finding the value today, you guys. The Washington Capitals minus 125 on the money line. Like I said, if you think that they can score 4 goals and get this win, you're looking at over 3.5 goals today at plus 126. Like I said, this team is scoring. This team is scoring at home. They have scored almost the most goals. I think they're second most in the league for goals at home on the season. They're averaging 4.18 goals per game. And like I said, their last 6, they've scored at home 5 or more goals. So over 3.5 seems so easy in this one, especially when Saros and goal here for the Predators. This Predators team allowing an average of 3.42 goals per game. They have an elite kill though. But again, the power play here of the Washington Capitals is not where we're expecting them to score. We're expecting them to score 5-on-5 hockey. Now, who am I looking to hit the back of the net? There's depth on these lines. I like Andrew Mangiapane. He's on that 3rd line there. I'm looking, though, at Ovi. We know Ovi's chasing records, and I do think Ovi gets on the scoreboard again tonight. Ovechkin for the anytime goal. Plus 140, you guys. You got to love that. 7 goals on the season. Now, who is going to assist him in that goal? Dylan Strome coming out here nice and strong, getting those assists on the board. 17 points so far on the season. He's on that top line and top power play with Ovechkin. Look at him for his points tonight. Look at him for his assists tonight. I do think it's coming in. Now, if you want to flip the tables and look at the Nashville Predators, I would be looking at Josi and Philip Forsberg, looking at their points combined out there. You could do something with it. Forsberg rolling in here, 6 goals, 10 points on total on the season. So that's 6 goals, 4 assists. And Josi, he is strong at getting those assists on the board. The problem with looking at Josi for the assist tonight, you got to lay some juice at -110. When I'm prop betting assist props, I don't like laying the juice at anything. Jimmy, happy Wednesday. Jimmy, thanks so much for joining us over here on SportsGrid TV on X. You guys, this is such a fun show. We do it every single day. And I want to thank you guys so much for your support. Over on X yesterday, we had over 1,200 viewers by the end of the day. So everyone joining live, thank you. Everyone watching later, thank you as well. Now, the last 5 meetings between these two did stay under that total, but I do think you got to be really careful looking at unders in this one, because of how explosive the offense has been here of the Washington Capitals. So if you're looking at an underplay, look at the Predators team total under. It's 2.5. You're going to get plus money to the under there. Charlie Lindgren in goal tonight for the Washington Capitals. 3-3 on the season with a 2.70 goals against average. The kill here is strong of the Caps. They're killing 84.6% of their opponent's power play. So that's just something to play around with. Scheduling spots for both of these teams. This is the first night of a back-to-back road games here for the Nashville Predators. They have the Florida Panthers on deck tomorrow. Now, the Florida Panthers are in the Atlantic Division. This is the Nashville Predators sitting 8th in the Central, 4-7-1 on the season. This team needs to get going here. They are struggling. I just think they continue to struggle here tonight in Washington. Let's move on to the Detroit Red Wings taking on the Chicago Blackhawks. Now, looking at these lines right now, the Red Wings coming in at -122, you guys. Over on FanDuel, the Chicago Blackhawks at +102. Total 6.5. 6.5 juice to that under. I would be surprised, actually, to be honest with you. This one stays under the total. It stays under the total. I think the Red or the Chicago Blackhawks only get 1 goal in this, because I am looking for the Red Wings to come out nice and strong. Yes, I'm laying juice on favorites. The Washington Capitals will take their team total to the over, but when I look at the Red Wings here, I got to just take them straight up money line. I do think they get the win. Again, that's -122. The juice is actually ticking down a little bit in this one. We were getting them at -125 earlier in the day. They have Cam Talbot expected in goal tonight. Peter Mrazek here for the Chicago Blackhawks. I don't love the scheduling spot for the Chicago Blackhawks. And I know I said that about the Islanders last night, and that didn't work out in our favor. But you look at the Chicago Blackhawks, home off a road trip. They went 2-1 on that road trip, 3-game road trip, and first night of a back-to-back here. The Dallas Stars on deck tomorrow, who are sitting 3rd in the Central. The Chicago Blackhawks play in that Central Division, sitting 7th right now, 5-7-1. Not that they'll look past the Red Wings, but it will be on their minds that they have a divisional matchup tomorrow in the Central Division. They need every win they can get, though. That being said, I do expect them to hit Cam Talbot's goal a couple times in this one, but I think the Red Wings just too strong here to take the loss to Chicago in this game, even though they're on the road. The problem here with the Red Wings is Cam Talbot needs to play an elite game. And I'm talking, he needs to come out with everything he's got, because this Red Wings defense is allowing their goaltending to be absolutely pebbled out there. They're allowing the 31st most shots on goal per game at 34.1. It's awful. They've got a terrible kill as well, 87.6% of the time. So if Talbot's off, if this team spends all night in the box, Chicago will get the win here. Now, they have a power play that's converting at 22.5%. This is a young, scrappy team that never says die. And I love teams like this out there on the ice. They're going to give it their all. If they fall down a couple goals, perfect live betting situation to take them plus the 1.5 at that nice value that we will get if they're down that couple of goals. This is the first game home, though, like I said, off that road trip, first night of a double back-to-back night. I just don't love the scheduling spot. I do think that the Red Wings will get the win. So I'll lay the juice on the Red Wings here on the money line. Old rivalry game between these two. They're always fun. They're always scrappy. They're always hard-hitting, and they're always entertaining. I'm going to look at some points in this one. The power play points I do think can convert here for the Red Wings. You look at that top line, you got DeBrincat, Kane, and Dylan Larkin all on that top line. You can parlay their points tonight. You can also look at the power play points. Raymond is added to that power play with those 3 on the top line. I'm going to look for Dylan Larkin tonight for his power play point. I'm also going to look at Patrick Kane for an anytime goal. Those are my go-to 2 players tonight. When we look over at Chicago, you got to look at the shots on goal props, because we look at the Red Wings. Like I said, this team giving up those shots are allowing their goaltending to be pebbled out there. Can Connor Bedard light the lamp? He absolutely has the ability to light the lamp, but I'm going to take him for 4+. I know it's a lot. 4+ shots on goal for Connor Bedard, coming in at +120. Like I said, the Red Wings allowing 31 or more shots on goal per game. With the Chicago Blackhawks, they are averaging only 27.7 shots per game, but I'm expecting them in this one to at least get 30 shots in this game versus the Red Wings. I'm going to also take Teravainen. You can drop Teravainen down to 3+ shots on goal tonight. Teravainen coming in at +185. I like what he brings to the table here for Chicago. So those will be my Chicago props. We'll look here. Connor Bedard, 3+ shots, and Teravainen Connor Bedard 4+, Teravainen 3+. We'll look at Dylan Larkin for the power play point tonight, and Patrick Kane for the anytime goal for the Red Wings. You guys are going to start doing something different on small slates like this. Actually, even on the bigger ones, the end, I will just quickly recap all of my best bets. So anyone that wants to skip to the end of these videos, I know they're super long, doesn't want reasoning behind my bets, I will try every day. Just remind me to do that recap at the end of the show. I'll fly through everything I'm liking. So we've got one more game left on deck. And again, the Red Wings on the money line. The next game should be highly entertaining. It's the Vegas Golden Knights taking on the Edmonton Oilers. The Vegas Golden Knights rolling in here struggling. And I say struggling in the kindest way on the road. This team hasn't yet, they're not getting the wins on the road. Electric in the Fortress. This team has been so phenomenally strong in the Fortress. On the road, it looks like a different team out there. They'll take on the Edmonton Oilers. Now, the Vegas Golden Knights are +122 on the money line. The Edmonton Oilers still without Connor McDavid, coming off a game in which the New Jersey Devils shut them out after the Edmonton Oilers won versus Calgary, after Calgary beat the Devils and shut them out. It's kind of like a train wreck looking at how these teams, any given night, anything can happen out there on the ice. You just got to work out which night it's going to be that one of these teams comes out and just lays an egg. Who will lay an egg tonight? Well, Edmonton's coming in at -146, off laying an egg. It's hard to put your faith in the Edmonton Oilers without Connor McDavid, especially when we look at the last game in which they struggled out there. They outplayed the New Jersey Devils in the way of shots on goal. They were able to put up 30-something shots, held the New Jersey Devils to 16. Again, it came down to goaltending. Those high-danger shots for the Devils converted. The Edmonton Oilers weren't able to get past a hot goaltender. They're in Jake Allen actually played. I believe it was Jake Allen. So I need to double check that. Jake Allen or Jacob Markstrom in goal. The Edmonton Oilers weren't able to convert those goals. Now you want me to lay -146. You still got Connor McDavid out. Leon Draisaitl in the last game didn't even get a shot on goal. He was completely quieted in the games prior. He had 3+ points in both of those games. So it's like, come on, come to life. Now, we have seen more out of Hyman. We know Hyman got that go-ahead goal versus the Calgary Flames, and I'm expecting more out of him. Evan Bouchard's been getting those assists left, right, and center, so he has been strong. So I think there's a couple of prop bets to look at tonight. Mark Stone has been incredibly strong at getting the assists here for Vegas. Could he get the goal tonight? He absolutely could. This total sitting at 6.5, -114 to the over. I will take the over, and it's interesting. -114 to the over. I had to double check that line because the money is coming in now on the over. It was +102 when I first looked at these lines this morning, the over 6.5. Now it is minus 114. That kind of stumped me for a second, thinking I was going crazy. But yeah, that is the movement coming in on that over. I think this highly could be a 4-3 game. I think this is a game that has every opportunity to go to overtime. Something to consider, though. The team that has won 3 of the last 4 games has covered that puck line. So more than likely that empty netter situation is coming than the tie-up to push to overtime with what we've seen between these two. And we actually have seen Edmonton win 3 of the last 4. They covered that puck line in 2 of those. So this should be a tight game. Hopefully it's not the empty netter. Hopefully we go to overtime. I'm going to rely on Vegas here. I know their struggles on the road. Vegas is 0-3-1 on the road this season, allowing a minimum of 4 goals in each of those losses. Not pretty. 8-0 at home. Like, Vegas, wake up, get the job done on the road out here. I know you're not in the Fortress, but come on. They're sitting second in the Pacific, 8-3-1. Again, this is a divisional matchup, Battle of the Pacific. The Edmonton Oilers rolling in 6-6-1. Edmonton in their last couple of games at home have gone 2-4-1 at home. So they haven't been having huge home ice advantage. So yeah, 31 shots they had on the New Jersey Devils. Let's look at player props. I lean to Vegas. I lean to overtime. I lean to 4-3. I love the over. Barbashev leading the Vegas Golden Knights in goals. His anytime goal, actually not is he leading? 7 goals. I believe he's leading. So last time I looked, he was leading this team. Plus 330 for the anytime goal for Barbashev. Mark Stone for the assist coming in at plus 100. Again, if that was minus 110, I wouldn't want to hit it. So watch your numbers that you're getting there. Mark Stone, 5 goals and 15 assists on the season, total of 20 points. So leading this team in points right now. Could he get a goal here? He absolutely could. I would look at him. Stuart Skinner in net tonight for the Edmonton Oilers. Vegas knows how to hit Stuart Skinner strong. Leon Draisaitl, because he was so quiet in the last game, if Edmonton has any freaking chance to get the win tonight, you guys, and I say freaking chance because this offense needs to rally around Draisaitl with Connor McDavid out. Unless Draisaitl is impactful in this game, this team isn't winning. It's kind of like when we looked at baseball, when we looked at the Yankees, it was Soto, it was Judge. If they weren't clicking, we weren't seeing for the longest time the Yankees being able to get the win. With Connor McDavid out, Leon Draisaitl has to drive these goals. Then we have to have Hyman step up. We have to have Bouchard play strong for that to be able to connect. So I will take Draisaitl for 2+ points. We're actually getting plus 148. Like I said, the last game, not even able to record a shot on goal. 2 games prior, 3+ points in both of those games. So we were able to see Draisaitl really step up in those. He took a night off versus the New Jersey Devils. What can I say? I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know what he was doing. He decided he didn't want to come to play. So Evan Bouchard for the assist is juicy. I don't love laying that juice, but at minus 138, he's been great. I think Hyman, again, you can look for that step up in this game. He absolutely has to step up for the Edmonton Oilers. So that is where I'm going. You know what? It keeps going around with Connor McDavid if he's going to hit the ice. I am seeing that he is out till the weekend. Let me just look and see if FanDuel has posted any props as of yet, because that will really tell you. Yeah, see, they are starting to post it here for Edmonton with Connor McDavid in that lineup. With or without Connor McDavid in the lineup, I'm still going to look at Leon Draisaitl to be able to get things done. It makes me a little cautious of taking Vegas on the money line, but I look at Vegas. They need to start turning things around on the road. I think you're getting value on them in this game. With Connor McDavid on the ice, that first period over 1.5 goals, fast start for both of these teams. I like both teams to score in the first period with Connor McDavid on the ice as well. I think that is a really strong way to go. I know some of these games will start off slower and the goals will come later in that second period. The second period, normally taking both teams to score and over 1.5 is too highly juiced. You can't even back it in these games. So we'll see what's happening with Connor McDavid. I would look for him to probably hit the ice if they're starting to list him. Happy Wednesday, Kev. Good to see you here. Okay, you're going to take Dallas, Phoenix, Indy, 3 hockey parlays for $2. I like it. I like where you're going. I don't know what happened to Mantha last night. That is for sure. You are taking the Capitals on the money line. I don't blame you. I think the Washington Capitals are so hot at home. It is absolutely crazy to try to bet against this team. And yeah, if you guys could retweet this video, I love it. Dylan Larkin, Mark Stone, and Jonathan Marchessault for the anytime goal parlay. Larry, let us know what odds you are getting on that. Anyone looking to tail that parlay, Dylan Larkin on the Red Wings, Mark Stone on the Vegas Golden Knights, and Jonathan Marchessault coming out there for the Nashville Predators. That's a nice parlay. I'm sure you're getting what, 10 to 1, 12 to 1 to your money, betting that, if not even higher. The Capitals, the Wings, and the Knights. I like it. The Capitals, Wings, and Knights tonight to get the win. That is my lean for all of those games. If Vegas is to win this, no, I think Vegas can put up 4 goals tonight on Skinner. My problem here is still goaltending for the Edmonton Oilers. And yes, they were able to go deep into the playoffs last season, but we look at Stuart Skinner when he faces the Vegas Golden Knights. He's gone 4-1-1 in 6 games, but he's got an .886 save percentage, a 2.94 goals against average. Vegas knows how to hit Skinner. Aiden Hill has strong numbers, but still below 900 versus the Edmonton Oilers. 4-3 style game is what I'm looking at. Yes, Vegas would like to play a grinded out defensive game here. Edmonton will push them into a faster paced game. And I know Edmonton tries to look for a lower scoring game, but they still don't have that faith in net. I don't have the faith in net with Stuart Skinner. And I hate to say that because it's nothing personal against him. We just know teams know where to hit him, where his weak spots are. And some of those goals, those weak goals right through the 5-hole, I shake my head what Skinner is doing out there in some of those games. So I do think Edmonton, because they're off that shutout, we will see that offense really come to play. Like I said, they outshot the New Jersey Devils like 31-16. 16 shots for the New Jersey Devils and 3 of those converting. It's bad news. You guys, that is such bad news. And 31 shots for Edmonton. They'll get past Aiden Hill. They came against a hot goaltender in that last game. So it's going to be a great day, you guys. Let's do a recap. I'm going to recap. We're going to go, and we'll be back here tomorrow at noon. So again, Nashville versus Washington. I like Washington to get the win. Too juicy on the money line. I'll take their team total over 3.5 goals at +126. I'll take Ovechkin for the anytime goal at +140. Dylan Strome, I think, gets the assist tonight. Looking at the Detroit Red Wings versus the Chicago Blackhawks, give me the Red Wings straight up on the money line at -125. Power play points for Dylan Larkin tonight. I like Patrick Kane for the anytime goal. I'm going to look at Chicago for Connor Bedard, 4+ shots on goal. Teravainen, 3+ shots on goal. Great plus money on both of those guys. Looking at the Vegas Golden Knights and the Edmonton Oilers, I do expect a higher scoring over 6.5 goal game. I'm expecting this one to go to overtime, but again, caution because the team that has won 3 of the last 4 has covered that puck line. So we've got the empty netters in some of those games, but I will ride the over 6.5. I will ride the overtime as the second best bet. And then lastly, Vegas is a third bet in that game. Anytime goals here for Barbashev for the Vegas Golden Knights. Mark Stone for an assist tonight. Leon Draisaitl for 2+ points at +148. Evan Bouchard is a lean for an assist, but again, it is juicy, you guys. So you guys, I'm going to try to recap all of these games as quick as I can at the end of the video, because I know we all don't have an hour to sit here, and yesterday's show came on to that hour mark. But I appreciate every single one of you for joining me here. Again, I want to highlight Larry's parlay because he's given us odds. He's taking Dylan Larkin from the Red Wings, Mark Stone from the Vegas Golden Knights, and Jonathan Marchessault from the Predators for an anytime goal. And he's getting that at +1932. So Larry, I like where you're going with that one. Yeah, it was a hard game for the Wild. That is for sure. And all of the odds are over on FanDuel. So check out FanDuel for these odds. You guys, I appreciate each and every one of you for watching today. Thanks for joining me for 23 minutes to talk 3 games. Again, like, retweet, keep the show going free every day here on SportsGrid TV on X. You guys are the best. Thank you so much. We will see you tomorrow.